old books, curtains, the windows, the curtains at the window are blowing. The telescope at the window. I should look at the poem, and so I'll do that. Okay. It is evening and the curtains are open. At the window, your telescope slants toward the North Star, as if this house were a navigable craft and you were to take her home. The second section is addressed to the uncle as well, and it mentions the housekeeper. For breakfast, Mrs. Bailey prepares your barley without exception, the thin milk, a kind of liquid peace to be spooned into one's mouth. She does not know that your father made this table of dark cherry, tooled the legs, or that when the leaf is extended and the leg pulled forward, it opens into other rooms, those of your childhood and mine, and further back to grandfathers before us, to the one who came in 1780 to survey west of the Blue Ridge, but stayed that first winter on the mountain with a Senado woman and staked his claim. Our dark grandmother was not mentioned until you told the story. She lay her body against his in the bitter wind and rain. When spring came, she taught him what Europe had forgotten. Guiding his fingers with hers, she helped him make a bow, as in bow and arrow. The next section tells you how to make a bow. To carve a bow, choose a small tree, 3 handspans in girth. Ask permission. If not given, move on. When you sense acceptance, begin with a flint knife. Make a groove in the trunk the width of your 2 fingers, and another groove 6 handspans above it. Cut out a long strip between them and season the strip a full year. Carve into a graceful bow. Wipe gently with bear grease and string with sinews of deer. Before the bow bends to your hand or learns the strength of your pull, honor its beauty, the speed of the bear and deer, the skyward lift of the tree. No one will take it from you. And I think I'll read Miss Western Auto on page 54. When I was 14 years old, I think that was how old I was, there was this beauty contest. And you didn't have to be a great beauty, but you could be in it, you know, if you got sponsored. So I got sponsored by Western Auto. So this is about that experience. The Dan who's mentioned in the poem is my then husband. And my uncle bought this 3-dimensional camera. I don't know if you guys have seen it. They're Revere cameras, and they take pictures, and the pictures are mounted 2 together on a slide so that if you look in a viewer and you push a button, the viewer lights up, you can see yourself in 3 dimensions and whatever else. So anyway, that's what's referred to. The past jumps forward from inside the lit viewer when Dan shows me the 3D of Ellie and me in strapless gowns, standing beside the fir tree in Granddad's yard, waiting for the field day parade. Our creamy shoulders and bright looks startle me. Dan says he could almost step into the picture, taken with my uncle's Revere camera, and walk between those girls frozen in time on the 3rd Saturday in August as they wait for the float to carry them away. The white clapboard house is the same. Even the light in the yard is the right golden hue for boarding the float with my friend. As we ride into town, wave, throw candy to children, I am learning the power of beauty. At the temporary stage, guards from the junior order offer their arms, present us with blue-tinted carnations, which we pin on, and numbers which we carry before us like fans. My uncles, once so safe and protective, slip into the crowd, joining men who look us up and down like items at auction requiring a bid. What happened? They've changed, a small voice in me cries as the program begins. Rivulets of sweat run down my temples and cleavage. Miss Western Auto, my banner says. And though it scratches, I like it, for it means I'm one of the chosen. Called back before the judges, I try to guess what they see. Then a winner is named, and suddenly, this special attention is all gone. I've become an awkward girl whose hair is too long, who's too short and straight, and whose legs are too long. Dan complains we'll be late, so I put down the past to dress in red with strappy pumps, glittering earrings, today's look. Still, the aura of that day returns when a man jumps up, holds my chair. I wonder at the pageantry of it, the distance between viewer and viewed, the binocular nature of vision that lets our two eyes see separately but blend together for depth. And I don't know if you get along with your mom, but I've really had a hard time getting along with mine. So I have a poem called The Red Thread, and it's on page 40. There's a little line under the title that says Atropos, Clotho, and Lachesis, and they're the three fates, the one who spins the thread, and the one who weaves the cloth, and the one who cuts the thread with scissors at the end of your life. What goddess of scissors made us mother and daughter? What sheer necessity wove her thread into mine? What goddess of cloth clutched my hair, shoved me under the treadle of a woman who lives by rules and sprigs of jasmine? What goddess of length made me try to be like her, stitching, snipping, making quilts? Even today, I sleep under her double wedding ring, a quilt so thin it could not warm me, except in lilac light, or before the bright, crackling heat of her unyielding hearth. Some kind of snarled love tries to leap out between us, over embankments, like a violet budding in rock. Leaving this morning, I lift from her hands a covered bowl, raspberries from her garden. Take them, she says. I picked them for you. It hasn't changed much since I wrote that poem. I'm going to read one more from the book, and then I'll read a handful of new ones. I'm going to read Late in the Day. It's on page 62. This is sort of, this is my family on a holiday occasion. I don't know if you guys go to holiday dinners, but they're always a trial at my family's house. I know some families where that's not true. I don't understand them, but anyway, here we go. It's called Late in the Day.